I don't know if there's any disease. I don't care what the doctor says. They're
Gotcha.
not to know. But in my world, in my personal experience, there is no
Right.
such thing as incurable diseases.
Welcome to the Success Fitness Podcast. I am your host, Christian Evans. This podcast is for women and men over 30 who wants to achieve success in their fitness journey. And our special guest today, the CEO of Nesas Hemp, Inesa Ponomariovaite, will help us do just that by sharing her story of how her mother's cancer diagnosis sent her on a journey to create Nesas Hemp, why she believes there's no such thing as an incurable disease, and why 99.99% of the CBD products in today's market is poison and what you can do to avoid them. Without further ado, Success Fitness family, please welcome Nessa to the podcast. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. I just heard you pronounce my last name very great. So thank you.
Finally. Yeah, before we recorded this, I was getting my reps up trying to pronunciate and enunciate her last name. I totally believe in respecting somebody's name and how it's pronounced. So I try to do it a good effort in trying to recite somebody's name. But sometimes when the record button hits, my brain just clicks off. I'm trying to work on that. So how are you this morning? Well, no, this afternoon. How are you doing overall?
I've been doing great. I've been running around and taking care of a bunch of things for work. And for me, Saturday is a work day. So There's no difference Saturday or Monday.
Yeah, no days off, right? No days off. And where are you currently?
I'm currently in Chicago, but I do travel a lot. So.
Okay, Chicago. So what's the weather like up there today?
It looks like nice and sunny. I believe we're in the 80s today. So
Okay. So since she's in Chicago, I'm about 2.5 hours south in Peoria. So we shared a similar weather. So tell me a little bit more about yourself. Like, what motivated you to start your fitness journey?
So my fitness journey really didn't start until my early, I would say until I was 25, 26 years old. Mm-hmm. I didn't even know how that's important to your body, including nutrition. But I guess I learned from my own mistakes and what happened to me. I was in very chronic illness for many, many years. And of course, doctors kept putting me on more medications each year. Mm-hmm. And instead of fixing the problem, they just patched the symptom with all these pills that led me to more side effects. And those side effects turned into more disease. And it became to the point where I was like sick all night long, all day long as a young woman. So since pharmaceutical industry wasn't serving me anymore, I just decided to figure out I should try something different because it's turning into I'm almost dead, walking that body, and I'm too young for that. Right. So I just changed my nutrition, and the little tiny positive changes in my health, that was enough for me to trust to continue changes in my nutrition. So I started changing that. And within 1 year, I was able to reverse all my disease just by changing my lifestyle. And I actually met an amazing trainer. When I met him, I was a big mess, and a big thank you for him forever, because he said I was still a big mess. I was working on my health, but at the same time, it came in my life. I was transitioning from lifestyle, going out and drinking on the weekends.
I gotcha.
Eating whatever. So he pushed me towards the workouts, and he also helped me to recognize how alcohol is bad. Now that I understand science behind, that time I didn't. So it was all together, I would say, very sick, quitting on pharmaceuticals because they just led me to a really bad position. And at the same time, changing completely lifestyle, and including a changing lifestyle, I was able to implement my workouts. That I got really hooked on it. It was
I got you.
Great.
I got you. So what did you get hooked on in regards to, as far as like working out? Was there like a more preferred workout, or was it just the overall thing? Was there something that you like more, something that you like less as far as the overall workout? What was it?
I loved it. The burn.
Yeah.
It's so good. You know, you did something yesterday. You don't
Yeah.
feel it immediately. You feel it next day or day
Yeah.
after. But like it's that burn, it really gets you going. And then
Mm-hmm.
you start seeing your body changing, which is amazing. So I think that was my thing that helped me to get hooked. And also I did all kinds of classes and things like that.
Gotcha.
I was into trying everything at that point. I was really new to the fitness world.
I got you. I got you. So going towards what you were talking about, this holistic route of changing your lifestyle, your diet, your nutrition, and just, medication and trying to get off the quote unquote, big pharma or pharmaceuticals, led you to start Nessa's Hemp. Now, what is it and who is it for?
It's what I'm gonna share about this entire industry. It might be very shocking for probably each of listeners out there, because it's still shocking for doctors when I do elections and when I speak with them, and it's pretty amazing how people are not educated on this topic yet, and they're misguided, sadly.
Okay.
So what happened is I was going through a lot of struggles in my life, and health was one of those. And when I really got my life together, including my body,
Yeah.
in young age, I was like 20, 29 or 20 or close to 30s, 29 to 30. And what had happened, I said, is this is it? Is this is all American dream? Like I just have a good job, I have a nice car, like, like now I have a nice body, this is it. Like, my health is great. So I was looking for my purpose in life. And what happened after 1 year praying really hard, I received a phone call from my mother, and she said, I have a cancer and have 6 months left to live. So that was actually truly the best day in my life and in other thousands of people's lives as of today. So because I always knew that cancer is curable, I just didn't know how exactly. And what happened is I went deep dive into cancer. And I told my mom, I said, Mom, I know you're not going to believe me. But you know what? I said, your cancer is saving thousands of people's lives. And she said, what are you talking about? I'm dying. It's like, no, you're not. I said, I will know everything about cancer. We're going to cure your cancer and we're going to help the world to do the same. So, and the same day, she literally, first of all, she didn't expect reaction because she's bawling and crying. And I'm excited because my purpose in life got answered, and I got response from God and universe. And I was so excited. And what happened is she said, I gotta FaceTime you because I know you're not on drugs, you're not drinking. So you must be walking, sleeping, because you can be excited about my cancer. And she didn't know what was exactly going on. So she FaceTimed me and said, Mom, I'm making my shake. I'm ready to go work out. It's early morning and I'm not sleeping. So with that being said, I said, after my workout, I'm quitting my day, whatever I'm supposed to be doing, which is work. I said, I'm flying back home in Lithuania. And the same day, 7 o'clock, she called me, and 7 p.m. I was already standing in international airport, leaving the country. So what happened is I spent over 27,000 hours on cancer research worldwide.
Wow.
From biological perspective, scientific, historical, technology, I mean, you name it, frequencies, from all those aspects. And I was able to help my mom. We got blessed, and of course we worked really hard, and I was able to help my mom. No chemo, no radiation.
That's beautiful.
I was diagnosed cancer-free 4 months later. So that led me to a lot of excitement. As a person who always cares about other people, I'm like, wait a minute, we can help so many people right now.
Right.
And I just got so excited, and I just started helping people after my work hours. I would just go and volunteer in people's homes, and these people would apply my knowledge, and they would just become also healthy. And it turned into such a big thing where I became very booked by helping people. Yeah. And it got to the point where I had to quit my job. So I did quit my job, and eventually. Okay. And I started as a consulting company, which is still thriving as of today in very large scale. And in that position, you kind of are responsible to know everything, what's in quality, if it's a supplement, if it's a protein
Right.
powder,
Right.
if it's water. So in cannabis industry, that's exactly what happened. I had to really investigate the cannabis industry because it's absolutely irregulated. There's zero regulations, and there's very dangerous substances are sold today labeled as CBD on the market. So that's what led me to the industry itself, because I had to find the good quality products for my clients and the people that are very ill. And I simply investigated the entire country, top brands. I traveled all of them. I walked in facilities. I said, show me, don't tell me.
Mm-hmm.
I visited, I spent tens of thousands of dollars on the lab results. I tested myself,
Mm-hmm.
and I found the most dangerous things you can possibly imagine. And that led me
Mm-hmm.
go back on my knees and ask God what I should do now, because
Yeah.
I was shocked. I was shocked what I saw.
And what was that? What were some of the shocking things that you did see or come across in your research?
Let's start with the easy ones.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
When I came to, I'm not going to mention names, but when I
Okay.
came to the top producers in actually USDA certified products in Colorado, because I was going across the states, California, Oregon, Colorado, and I asked the gentleman, the farmer, said, because I came in his farm, I was checking the farm, was checking the soil. And I said, do your plants are loaded with heavy metals? And he says, in Colorado, all of us loaded in heavy metals, but we are still USDA certified because USDA allows us to still keep certain amount of heavy metals. But I said, and that means, he says, don't worry about it. If you buy from us, you're still going to have your USDA logo. Like, and I'm like, if you're going to continue all the other processes in order to be USDA compliant. And I said, for me, it's not about the USDA logo. For me, it's about knowing that you guys still are allowing other parts of billion to be those heavy metals in these plants, in the products. And they said, this is like, why you would worry about that? I said, we're going to poison people if you're going to sell this. And you guys are selling, you have acres and acres of land and produce here. And I was really devastated. So that was the easy case, because he thought, if USDA allows you to have toxins, that means he's okay to do that. If basically, if government tells you it's okay to kill a little baby, that means it's okay to kill a little baby because government told you. But in my morals, in my life, it's not okay to put any toxin in a human body, because our bodies functions in parts per trillion, not even parts per billion or parts per million. And what these companies does, the best case scenario is parts per million, which is like the lowest level of safety. And it's very sad. So that was a pretty sad one. And the other sad part was what I discovered when other gentleman, I met him, and also not going to mention names, but I met him, and he was actually adding certain substances in nanotechnology to keep people addicted on CBD products. And that was really scary. And I said, what are you doing? He says, you know what? He says, you can buy from me. And he says, you can hook the whole country, or you can be a good Mother Teresa and struggle for the rest of your life. I said, you know what? If I need to struggle for the rest of my life, I prefer to struggle for the rest of my life. Then I will live the life that you live. I said, that's not the life I want to live. So it was really sad. Another what saddest thing I discovered is that's the more like agenda. CBD is a drug. CBD is not a natural substance, and nobody tells you about it. If you're going to go on Google, if you're going to Google CBD, it's going to say it's patented by Food and Drug Administration as a drug for epilepsy. It's called Epidiolex. So CBD is a drug. So if it's a drug, must be not natural. So if it's not natural, that means it doesn't really come directly from the plant. And if it's not natural, that means it can be patented. And that's exactly what Pharma did. They patented CBD. So CBD is a compound that is not natural. It's a drug, and it's owned by Pharma.
Wow. I didn't know that. You know what? It brings up a very good point. I was watching video, YouTube, doctor, can't remember his name right off the back. And he was doing a history lesson on how kind of big pharma started like copyrighting or patenting, trademarking certain, let's say, drugs, right? Because you can't patent a plant that's already there. You know what I mean? And then you get the essence of the plant, and then whoever owns that particular combination owns said trademark, owns said patent, therefore getting paid off of it. And yeah, it was a whole 45-minute, video that I was watching. I'm like, goodness gracious, I didn't think about that. And then hearing you talk about it is, real, not to say that what he said wasn't real, but having somebody that I'm talking to right now with that experience. And it's like, wow, the depths of what pharma or what certain corporations go to hold onto power, hold on to, the power of, let's say, wellness, and it's like, okay, we're going to regulate this, and it's only going to be at this level, but it really needs to be at this level to cure everybody. But at least we kind of got them just right knocking at the door. They're going to constantly keep needing this. They're going to constantly keep needing this. Now, you mentioned
another thing I would like to mention is you talk about the power. When they control the power on a supplements or even in workout industry or fitness industry. But when it comes to the hemp itself, there is additional 100 powers. No one is aware of it. And if they ever released these leashes, they would lose a case crimes against humanity as of today. I spoke with an attorney that works with the biggest cases in the country, and I asked him, I clearly represent him, what's going on. And I said, do I have a case? And he says, yes, you do. If what you're telling me is the truth. And this is only one truth. And only one truth, that our bodies, you and I, are born, it's called endocannabinoid system.
Right.
It's discovered by a doctor 40 years ago in Israel, Nobel Prize winner doctor, multi-Nobel Prize winner. He's a cannabis expert. He just passed away a couple of months ago, but he's a cannabis expert. He was for 50 years in Hebrew University. And guess what? He discovered that our bodies loaded with these cannabinoid receptors, and we have these cannabinoids in our body when we're born. And those cannabinoids and those entire endocannabinoid system is responsible for controlling entire human body system. Every function almost in the body, including central nervous system, including vision, your workouts, your gut, your bio, your fungus, your liver, your kidney, your heart, your everything. So your system is when you're born, you have it loaded, you make your own production of endocannabinoids, cannabinoids in your endocannabinoid system. But when you get older, you get exposed to toxins, you don't work out, you do all these bad things for yourself, you start tearing up that system in apart, and then you need to fill yourself with these cannabinoids to stay healthy and stay away from drugs. They forgot to tell you that those cannabinoids right there are essential for you to be on it in order to stay away healthy and from every drug out there. That means it's federally illegal today. Okay. Hemp itself is federally illegal today. That means something that's essential to your body to stay alive is federally illegal.
That's insane.
Exactly. It's all saying if you lost blood and if you need some blood transfusion, not that I'm a big fan of doing it, but God forbid it's a car accident or you lost all your blood and you need some blood to stay alive. Can you imagine government says it's illegal for you to have, or if it's illegal for you to have air, water, and food.
Right.
It's the same level. Thing. So keep in mind, if we empowered people under cannabinoid systems, the ones they have it in their own bodies, they're born with it, these people would never be hooked on drugs because they would be healthy.
And it's all being regulated, or like you said, it's
illegal. Right. It's illegal. It's illegal for you to empower your own system of own cannabinoids that you produce in your own body.
So with that being said, is this, let's say, the foundation on why you believe that there is no such thing as an incurable disease? How did you come to believe that?
That theory comes from very long experience working with incurable diseases as a holistic health coach. I've worked with stage 4 cancers all day long, and people are blind, and people had genetic disease, and we see nothing but results. With that being said, I know there is no such incurable diseases, and it's my personal experience. It's my personal practice that I work for so many years now. And I don't know if there's any disease. I don't care what the doctor says. They're not to know. But in my world, in my personal experience, there is no such thing as incurable diseases.
Right. And that's great that you speak from your own personal experience, because, of course, this is going to get out there. And, of course, there's going to be backlash, because what somebody believes in, of course, what naturally happens is the opposers come. But you have data. You said you have over 27,000 hours of research that you've done and can prove it. You know what I mean? In regards to the benefits of Nesas Hemp and everything that you got going towards that. And that came from your mother's diagnosis that sent you pretty much on the path to where you are today, right now, sitting in front of me. Well, not sitting in front of me, but recording with me on this podcast, talking about, CBD and hemp and all of that. And so just kind of like with that being said, this belief, I don't want to call it a theory, because it's a belief, because you've had experience. This belief of there's no such thing as an uncurable disease do you think that belief system is or has been suppressed? Just kind of just overall with, let's say, modern day, let's say, medicine and the promotion of medicine, not the holistic medicine, but just, overall big pharma medicine. Let me be more specific.
I believe it's suppressed to such a level where even if I show you 100 cases of stage 4 cancers that are healthy, thriving, free from cancer, and they've been given a month to live, can't even publish these people's testimonials. It gets to that level. Like, it becomes like FDA compliance and all that stuff. And we're trying to overcome that. I just had a call with FDA 2 days ago. So think about this. If this is a current news as of today, if you want to go on major media news and educate people on their own endocannabinoid system, it's almost saying on your own heart, on your own liver, on your own endocannabinoid system, and educate them how it's possible to keep yourself healthy by keeping that system healthy, that is illegal.
That's insane.
That's on a federal level illegal. That's not single one major news channel can talk about this. And this is the news as of today, like not last week, as of today. Nothing changed in 24 hours. So with that being said, so how you can even educate people how they can stay healthy or any other way if you can share the message. You can share the evidence. You cannot. You can't share the message, and you can't share the education.
Wow. And that leads me to my next thing I wanted to talk to you about, is that unsafe situations. Now, you mentioned that everything you do is against the mainstream agenda that can sometimes lead you to an unsafe situations. Can you elaborate more on that? And what's most important, are you okay right now? Like reading that, about, being put in unsafe situations, we kind of read it and, it's easy to kind of go for, clickbait type of thing, which I'm not even implying that's what you were going. This is me just asking, just human to human. Are you okay? Because it's like, if, you are putting out this information and we're sharing this information, you're sharing this information with me and my audience is we got to just make sure you're okay too, first and foremost.
Yeah, there's topics I wouldn't speak about it because I just simply can't for the same security reasons. And I already know where I need to keep my boundaries. But that being said, I never mentioned I cured or treat any disease. I share knowledge. And based on my knowledge, people experience tremendous results. And so that's my data. My data is results. That's all what I have. We have results. We have even the product. If you can take 10 CBD brands, you kind say, I don't know if that worked. I don't know that did. Oh, I have anxiety. Oh, it actually caused me this pain. If take Nessa's, you call me back crying and say, thank you so much for introducing me to this product because it's a life-changing. So the results don't lie, So but in general, this industry is not safe because end of the day, I'm just going to give you an example what that looks like. For example, if someone is out there and they're going to go to regular pharmaceutical route, the way I did many, many years, my mom's supposed to go through, you bring millions of dollars in someone else's pocket, and I'm not going to see whose pocket but if you're going to help this person to overcome right now these diseases in a natural way, the way we used to treat people for thousands of years before pharmaceuticals came in the last 100 years, which is drugs are made from petroleum and all these other chemicals. It's crazy, right? Like petroleum is okay to put in your body, but herbs are not. It's like
right.
So with that being said, if you help somebody the low cost in herbal way that can be patented or belong to anybody except people, now this source lost millions of dollars by you not being sick. So if someone like me helps people, or there's someone else out there helps other people, so that means I'm like a thief. I stole their customer. Because when I help people, they're done and they're healthy forever. When we help our people, when you go to pharmaceutical route, you need to go to the monthly basis.
Right. Way that they got you hooked. Yeah. So the way to get you hooked. That's what, we're all have fallen victim to one way or another. So you're right.
I've been on medication since I was 12. Nobody knew better. My mom didn't know better. My mom was like going in Russia, sell shoes from Lithuania to make better life because we're living under communist country. So like that time we're under Russia, then we got separated from Russia. With that being said, like I was in charge from the house, and every time I had UTI, and my mom used to put me on drugs because what the doctors told us to do. So, and I didn't know this until I started figuring out stuff myself, and it got to the point where I can't function at all.
I got you. So you had no other choice but to say, I got to save myself. I got to save myself because some of this stuff is poison. Some of this stuff is poison. Like you mentioned that 99.99% of the CBD found on the market contains high levels of mold, mercury, and lead. But according to your website, Nesas Hemp promotes better sleep, stabilizes moods, reduces chronic aches and pains, and improves digestion. So with all that being said, can you help us understand the difference between the current CBD on the market and how Nesas Hemp, I keep wanting to say Nesas, Nesas Hemp is able to achieve the results listed on your website?
Yeah, one thing I would like to correct to be statistically correct also, I don't think it's 99%. I think the numbers dropped a little bit. I think we have probably 85 to 90%.
Gotcha.
The products are loaded with certain kind of type of bacteria, molder, metals, you name it. Nothing is going to be in these products because there's labs that actually don't test, or they get buyout also. Because I've been part of the vicious cycle myself in my own brand. The labs would tell me they can come up with different numbers on the lab results. So consumers never know because lab would change the numbers. So, but that being said, the reason why we are different, it's everything different about us. For example, our soil is extremely biological, and it's a natural soil, just the way we had 2,000 years ago. So for me, just to create that soil, it was quite a journey to have a 2-year project just to have a soil going.
Just for the soil alone, that's dedication right there. That means you're serious about it, because you want to make sure we're starting at the foundation.
Exactly. Thank you. It is critical for plant, especially medicinal plant, to grow in the healthy soil, because these microbes allows the plant to express themselves in the highest power. And at this point, this plant highest power is to heal your body from any kind of type of situation you have going on. So with that being said, that soil is critical. Most plants in the United States, what I was doing in my research and visiting facilities and farms, are already dead in the soil. Mm-hmm. Then they also use extraction processes where it's a solvents, gases, and bolts, where they turn that natural God's given version CBDA into CBD. And CBD is a drug. That's how CBDA becomes a CBD, by using these gases, temperatures, all the solvents. So those are not good for a kidney. So that's why sometimes when people say, oh, my CBD, CBD actually gives us a side effect. And it's not a CBD gives you a side effect, or not a CBDA. It's what you guys doing it, what you guys putting in these processes. Right. All these solvents and everything, they're not supposed to be in our bodies. So it's the way products are made or gives you side effect, not the product itself. The plant itself is essential. You can't survive without this plant. You can't live and exist. So with that being said, what Nessa is, it's a CBDA. So in our product, the finished bottle, it contains every single living compound to the finished product. And of course, we executed more than organic levels. So we went beyond organic, and we test each of our bottles that goes on the market. We label them with a specific number. So you can go and what's in your bottle in parts per billion, and you can see exactly what lab results were done on your specific bottle.
Wow. That's thorough. So from the soil to the packaging. Soil. That's solid. The soil. I kept thinking about the soil because I'm like, man, 2 years just to make sure the soil was right. That's dedication. That shows you want to make sure the final product was superb and supreme. So I salute you on that. And you said on the bottom of the bottle, they can track what the numbers are, or the potency. Can you kind of elaborate a little bit more on that?
Absolutely. It's critical for people to know when some companies claim, hey, we have lab results. I want everybody to understand one thing. It's almost like going to the doctor and say, I want lab results. Lab results from what? Just one thing, or from 1,000 things? Yeah. What Nesas Hemp does, we test from thousands of things, from every possible toxin, from every possible bacteria. Anything that can possibly be tested as of today in FDA registered labs, we test from. In fact, the laboratory never even had these panels, so I had to customize my own panels with the labs separately, because no one in the country tests from the same things like I test.
Wow.
So with that being said, so your bottle, you never have to worry about safety. First of all, effectiveness is here because it's CBDA. It's not a CBD, so it's a natural form. When you take the plant, in the plant you have a CBDA, and you play with the plant with the toxins, you turn into CBD. So it's a CBDA plus no toxins, and it's proven by your batch number right here on the bottom. It's easy to find. It's your bottles are attached to the website, so we show these in public. We're very proud of it. And you have a peace of mind.
That's amazing. Now, from 2 years of researching soil to making sure your finished product is tested, tried and true, and you're here talking on this podcast, and you're talking earlier today how you've been ripping and running. What does a typical day look like for you?
It's actually my typical day is not typical day for anybody.
Okay.
I would say I don't want to sound really like I'm doing something really big, but I'd say I can definitely match Elon Musk's schedule
Yeah.
because if I had a bed in the office, I would be in the office. I wouldn't live in my
Yeah.
house. So
Yeah.
I work on so many projects. This brand is on the mission to make the change in the world. So we actually
Mm-hmm.
creating systems for stop human trafficking for women, for
Mm-hmm.
children, and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm on the mission to make the difference, and I am convinced that I can make this happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I am very
You
busy
will.
with the clients
Yeah.
and the groups that I coach and
Yeah.
my programs and building healing center with NASA technology right now.
Okay.
That's going to be the most powerful healing center in the world that doesn't really exist anywhere yet. We're gonna be able to penetrate into human DNA within 20 hours by just you laying down in the bed. It's almost
Yeah.
like a bed bed.
Uh-huh.
So as I said, there's a lot going on in my life. So I get up super early.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, I've been really bad with workouts. And
Okay.
people come to me say, Inesa, can you please start working out like you used to? Because right now I come in the gym and what I do the treadmill or I
Okay.
do Stairmaster because those two allows me to respond my emails.
Yeah, where you're like, on the stair climber, like, okay, I got this phone here, I'm responding here, and I got this phone here, responding there. Yeah, I'm like that. I can blow by like 20 minutes just like that. You know what I mean? I'm the same way. Like I'll do like say like stair climber, and I'm like, okay, I can reply to this email, I can reply to that email. I think I was replying to some of your emails to get this podcast going while I was doing that. I'm like, this is where I will have time at. This is where I have time at because I was getting ready to ask you. I'm like, you're doing a lot. Like, how do you fit working out into your busy schedule?
It's only one way at the moment, and as I said,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm about to accomplish something really big, and
I
I'm
got
going
you.
to reward myself to have complete freedom when I work out because I can't wait to have that pain feeling and to feel good.
Yeah.
I do feel good even right now after my workouts. I'm not playing
Okay.
games with the Stairmaster, but still, it's not the same as you lift weights. So I can't wait.
Yeah. And when you have that busy day and that busy time, which I'm sure my listeners can regulate themselves in regards to, okay, I got to get up at this time. I got to go to work, but I need to work out. So it's either I'm working out in the morning time or I'm working out in the evening. And it can be tough, right? Because you're just expressing to us your busy schedule and you have to at least try to just buckle down to work out, right? And now when I say work out, I think people think a whole entire 60 minutes to 90 minutes. Sometimes a workout can be 10 minutes. Sometimes it can be 20 minutes. If you got just 20 minutes that you can just say, oh, you know what? I'm getting on the stair climber today and I'm replying to emails. Then so be it. At least you showed up to do that. Now, being that you are that busy, now do you use Nesas Hemp as a pre-workout or post-workout? How are you able to kind of fit this into your fitness routine? How would you recommend the listeners to fit this into their fitness routine or nutritional regimen?
I personally work with Olympia athletes and also preparing someone he's an 8th in the world. He's in the UFC.
Okay.
So I do work with the very high level athletes, and at the same time, I work with regular people.
Okay.
So it's amazing how this bottle works. You can really use for pre-workout to boost your energy if you take the lower dose. And if you take the higher dose at night, it can be something that helps you to fall asleep. But keep in mind, this plan helps you to regulate entire other systems. That means it's not just allows you to have a great night's sleep, but also works on your gut. And if you know, I'm sure you do, gut and brain is the same thing. So, healthy gut, healthy brain, healthy entire body. So it's all connected. So with that being said, I noticed that most athletes love because it helps them with recovery really fast. and it helps them also to boost the energy and sleep well. So, and they said they've been pushing more, like they've been pushing heavier weights because of Nessa's products.
Really? Okay. Now, do you take that? Is it like topical or is it ingest? How do you take it?
I personally take it as topical, and I put under the tongue daily.
Gotcha.
But I use it also to reduce my wrinkles. If I burn my skin, or if I had a sunburn or something, I would use it. It helps immediately. If I had ear infection, my cousin did. I just put one drop, went away immediately. I put in a belly button, my central nervous system. I feel immediately great. Yeah, it does so much. It's like your number.
I gotta try that. I gotta try that, especially when you said you can lift more. Now I'm gonna feel like a superhuman with that. I feel like I had the super soldier serum from Captain America. That's what I'm looking forward to, and the recovery too, because I'm constantly moving just as well. I'm up 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm on the treadmill anywhere between 6:30, 7:30, running 3 miles. And then I'm off to the gym to lift weights for 30, 45 minutes. And doing that 5 to 6 days a week. And I know I have to do a better job at recovery. And I want to find something that can help me with that. And that does sound like something that could possibly do that for me.
If it didn't help you, you would be the first one who didn't. After thousands of people. So
Gotcha. So with that being said, what is your favorite muscle group to work on when, let's say, since you're looking forward to going back to your regular routine to find the burn, since you only have time to send and reply to emails on the stair climber, on the Stairmaster, when you do make your triumphant return to the gym or working out, what muscle group are you looking forward to working out the most?
I am going to be after glutes. I already have my schedule.
Okay.
Glutes is gonna be my favorite. Legs, glutes. I don't know. I love it, and I love it in that area. And I'll let you know how it goes.
Okay. Which one are you not looking forward to train?
My back. I just don't like it. I never was really good at it. I don't know. Maybe because I played accordion many years, so that made my back injured a little bit, especially in a young age. So I think my back is not something I enjoy into it.
I got you. Now, as far as like your nutrition goes, what is like a typical, let's say meal? I don't want to say a typical day, because who knows, you probably just be running off of water all day since you're moving around so much. So when you do decide to finally sit down, what is, let's say, your go-to meal that you're like, okay, this is my lunch, or this is my breakfast, or this is my dinner? What does that look like for you?
I really eat God's foods, and there's because I know so much about nutrition right now, and I know what causes us to sick. So I do whatever it takes, avoid that sickness. So anything that comes from the soil, like of fruits and vegetables, or beans or lentils, or things like even oatmeal. So anything that comes from the soil in the highest quality. If I'll do the fish, I would do sardines only, because they contain the lowest level of actually metals. So I don't want a lot of fish is very mercury loaded, so that's scary. So yeah, I would say this is it. I don't do much animal products because especially no dairy. It's been a very long time no dairy for me. Clean water, gallon per day of apple vinegar. No alcohol. Nutrition is very strict for me because I am what I eat.
Now, when you mentioned you say water and apple cider vinegar, do you put the vinegar into the water, or you kind of just do that separate?
No, the best way to do is, and I teach others to do the same thing, never do this little trick to yourself where you take the vinegar and start drinking. It actually destroys your gut. So you need to really, really dilute that vinegar, apple cider vinegar, mother's brag only, because mother's contains that yeast that helps you to heal. So, and flush your liver, liver is a big thing, especially for the athletes, because athletes eat a lot of protein, and the liver enzymes no longer break them down. So the liver needs to be in the best functionality. So drinking warm water on empty stomach every morning helps to flush that liver, and apple cider vinegar in that warm water. So you always do put water with apple cider vinegar, and you're going to be able to start flushing your liver.
Okay. Now, would you recommend like a teaspoon, tablespoon of that apple cider vinegar with that water? What, like 16 ounces of water or 32 ounces of water? What's the ratio you recommend?
I would start with a teaspoon for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. A teaspoon to what? 16 ounces of water or 32 ounces of water? 16,
I would say.
Okay.
And then if you feel like getting tolerated and you're not going in the bathroom enough after you drink that water, you probably want to do the actual tablespoon.
I got you. Now, what is the best part of your day in like your profession? What is the best part?
The best part is when I get a phone call and they told me, Nessa, I just got lab results and I'm cancer-free, or I'm no longer diabetes, I'm no longer PS, I'm just PMS, or like, I just love it. People report me results, and there's nothing more rewarding. And especially, it was the most beautiful. We had lady, she couldn't get pregnant, and I said, don't worry about it. And she followed the schedule, the protocol, and 6 months later, she was having a baby. Like, she was
amazing.
So that was a big thing. It made me cry, made her cry, and at the same time, it's just a beautiful, rewarding thing. It's to make people's lives better.
That's beautiful. Now, what would you recommend? What can you tell people who are listening to this podcast or watching this podcast who are on the fence about Nesas hemp oil? What would you tell them to convert them over?
It's almost saying, can I convert you to your own self? Why is that? Because especially in the Nesas hemp products, we don't have anything outside your body. So everything what's in there, it's already belong to you, like it belongs to your body. So it's really essential for you to stay healthy, for you to stay off the medications, for you to keep yourself going in a daily stressful life. So first of all, it's part of our body. The hemp cannabinoids are produced by you from the moment you are born, actually when you are in the mom's womb. So it's already you making it your own self. So that's number one. And number two, I personally don't believe in THC products, and I don't believe in CBD products, and our products are not THC or CBD. So again, it's not going to make you high. So you're not gonna get this buzz feeling, and you're not going to feel like dizzy or anything like that. Some people do. So there's no risk, because product is safe and it's going to empower your life from every aspect. So, and you produce again in your own body. All what you're doing, you're just putting gas in the car that your tank is empty.
Right. There you have it. No buzz feeling, no risk. And she spent 2 years on that soil. That's amazing to me. Somebody that dedicated and say, I'm not going to plant a seed until the soil is right. Tell everyone where they can reach you if they want to connect with you. Website, social media, the best way to contact you and to get some of Nesas hemp oil.
I think going on Nesas hemp website is the best way to find us. And if somebody's interested in anything else, they're welcome to contact the customer service. We're really good in responding that. So you can easily contact us on Nesas Hemp, NESASHEMP.com, and you can always reach us there on the website.
And I will have all of Nessa's information, contact information in the show notes. And if you found inspiration in today's podcast and would like to support, then sign up to my weekly newsletter, the Success Fitness Newsletter. You'll get access to my new ebook, How Many Calories Should I Eat? It's a guide with resources to find your daily caloric intake to ensure success in reaching your fitness goals. You'll also get access to my private Facebook community, Success Fitness Family, and weekly emails when this podcast publishes every every Sunday at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. The link to sign up to the Success Fitness newsletter will be in the description or the show notes. Thank you for listening to the Success Fitness podcast. And remember this, if it's not making you stronger, simply chant more weight, more weight, more weight. Peace out.